souls. And no money in our coats. Well, you can't say we're satisfied, and you can't say we never tried. And you're beautiful, but ain't it time that we've said goodbye? And Angie, oh, I still love you. I love you, and I remember all those nights we cried, and all those dreams we felt so close seem to all blow up in smoke. Well, let me whisper in your ear, Angie, Angie, where will it lead us from here? Oh, and don't you wish, 'cause your kisses still taste sweet. Oh, but I hate that sadness in your eyes. Hey, Angie, oh, my pretty Angie, oh, ain't it time that we've said goodbye? Oh, with no loving in our souls and no money in our coats. Oh, you can't say you were satisfied. And Angie, oh, I still love you. I love you, baby. And everywhere I look, I see your eyes. Oh, there ain't a woman that comes close to you, my Angie. And come on, baby, come on, dry those eyes. Hey, Angie, oh, my pretty Angie, ain't it good to be alive? And Angie, you can't say we never tried.
Let the music unlock your heart. It's time to collaborate. You're part of the family.
It's time to wake up, wind up, and queue up with another excellent BandLab track. To the lab!
Here's something I always say, absolutely always. Collaboration is key. I can write a cool song, GlassGarden can write a better song, but together GlassGarden and I can fight about lyrics for hours and also write a really cool song. Music is phenomenal. I had to do that.
Now I just have to do this.
There are no bad ideas here. We just put something in and we move on. The nightmare I'm living when I am awake in the silence. Emotional violence.
Emotional, damn it!
My sweet spot is auto-tune pop with a positive message. Lyrics that don't make sense are the best kind of lyrics. Will Ferrell. No one knows, but it's provocative. Reality dies every time you call. Like that. I think that sounds right. That auto-tune hates me. You know what that means. I'm singing the wrong notes anyway. The goal right now is to put pen to page. Putting something on the page. You cannot be successful if you never start. So, that's what we're here doing.
Follow DJTatious.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's DJTatious, just bringing my coffee to you this morning with a brand new track from L6 via their band. Let's jump over to my feed here and grab that song. It's called Way to You. We're going to jump into their page. We're going to take a listen this morning. Look at that dynamic waveform. I'm excited for this. So L6 via Limitless Music, and it looks like Bloom and Monthandoshi. I apologize, my friend, if I messed up your name, but it looks like they join L6 on this track. Let's take a listen together.
I lost my way all the way to
Come on now.
I carry my love in a color forever blue. Taking a drive from your eyes to your
Super ambient vocals.
in the colors in an ocean full of ships. In the night time, it's all gone. My heart's aching, my mind's on roll.
Oh, here's our build up.
Try to change me
Let's go.
inside out as the lights
Everybody loves a good
begin
art.
to fade out.
Come on, keep this Friday going with this.
I lost my way all the way to you.
Smashing that like button.
I lost my way
That's a
all
good
the
right
way
there in the background.
to you.
Interesting chorus. Love that. And then give us a break. This is an excellent example of dynamics. Give us a break from the intensity. Let us get our center back. And then, my friends, jump right back into it.
I lost my way all the way to you. Kinda wish I thought that it was always blue. Flowing away from your eyes to your
They're running a contest on this song. I'll show it after we listen.
parallel to coastal tides full of ships. In the night time, it's all gone. My heart's aching, my mind's on roll. You have tried to change me inside out as the lights begin to fade out.
There's our best.
I lost my way all the way to you.
My bad. I'm a writer. I'm a musician.
I lost my way all the way to you.
We're writing.
Lost my way all the way to you.
Oh, layering up on the vocals there. Here we go, Doshi. Josh and Doshi. Those vocal doubles really give it
I
a
lost
different,
my way all the way to you.
adding the harmony to a different feel, more dynamic to the song.
I lost my way all the way to you.
Way to go, you guys. That was a great track. At the end, Doshi, did I hear that you even did that falsetto in the back? You were lost my way. And then I heard a harmony, but in the back, I think I heard lost my way. That was really great. What a great way to start Friday morning on a high note with my coffee, with some good new music, and with a contest that it looks like these guys are running for their new track. A post from L6 about 4 hours ago. It's roughly 8:30 a.m. my time, which is the great state of Texas here in the United States. Way to You is out now, and we're starting a remix competition of it. Everybody can give it a try, so just click the fork option, and there you'll find the vocal stem. To join, you must publish a forked revision of your remix, and it looks like it's open until April 30th. So if you want to do that, go ahead and do that. We have the fork button right here on the track. Make sure you go follow L6 Bloom and Manthan Doshi. Man, I'm never going to live that down. If that's wrong, I apologize, bro. Before I call it quits on this video, I just want to make sure I leave you guys a comment. This track lit up my Friday morning. The dynamics were excellent, and I can't wait to hear some of the forked revisions. Send. Cool. Well, thank you guys for joining me for coffee. I hope you have a fantastic Friday. Don't forget to follow me at DJTatious everywhere, and follow L6 Bloom and Manthan Doshi as well here on BandLab. You can also find me on Instagram, TikTok, and Spotify at DJTatious. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.
Don't cry, I'm on my way. I'll never stop chasing the sun till I find that place, leading me to your arms, into your heart. I fell so hard and tripped over all my words. It's where all of my favorite bruises occur. They're proof of the hard work.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to BandLab Plus Coffee. It is very early in the morning. Thanks for bringing your coffee, getting up with me, or whenever you're watching this, welcome. Today we have a phenomenal song called Apocalypse here on BandLab. Now this one's going to be a little bit different. Lately we've been doing some electronic music, a little low-key yesterday with Rick Planting, but today we're going to go with Robert Gregory, who is at Bobby, I want to say 560 on BandLab, and he is collaborating with GlassGarden for the song Apocalypse. Bobby 560 and GlassGarden on Apocalypse. Let's take a listen. This goes hard. I'm a sucker for the whoa-ohs. Classic smooth GlassGarden vocals. Bringing in those washed out harms and Bobby's guitar. This is how you should wake up. Give me a chorus. Come on, guys. Let's go. From the screaming to the soft vocals, this is a masterclass in dynamics. You guys know me. I love my dynamics. This is a fun ride. What was going through their heads when they wrote these lyrics? I have my own little hope, that mystery. Then we just bring it back, and we take it all the way to the end. Is it wrong that this guitar lick reminds me of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers? No. That, my friends, was excellent. Robert Gregory at Bobby560 and at GlassGarden here on BandLab with Apocalypse. I'm telling you, that ending, diddly 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 diddly, I can't even do it this early in the morning, was giving me the best Mighty Morphin Power Rangers vibes. So thank you guys for sharing that song with us on BandLab. It looks like this was actually the first collaboration between Bobby560 and GlassGarden. You know what that means. There's a lot more where that came from. Go check out their pages. Go give them a follow. And in the meantime, don't forget to drop DJTatious a follow on BandLab, Spotify, YouTube, wherever you listen to your music or get your content. I can almost guarantee I will be right there beside you while you do it. So, thanks for watching today, Coffee plus BandLab. We'll be back tomorrow with another episode. Lots of fun stuff lined up. Thanks, y'all. Oh my gosh, all these best retro vibes in these vocals. That radio effect filter that you're putting in your voice. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to BandLab plus Coffee. Good morning. This morning, we have an excellent track for you from D-Rel on BandLab as part of R&B Nation. So for D-Rel, you can go to BandLab and you can put in @D_REL, D-Rel, out of California, currently at 4.25 thousand followers. That's awesome. So let's go ahead and get into their track, Has to Know. I'm warning you, this track is a bop, and strings are my favorite. So let's do it. Ooh. The way that we've got these lyrics moving is excellent. That machine gun of lyrics is excellent. Ooh, nice, nice. That long decay reverb in the background, great job. I really want a harmony or a counter melody for those strings. You're the one to blame for my reason, so I don't want to have no agreement. Oh, somebody has to know, so pack your clothes, gotta let me go. Somebody has to know, better pack your clothes, gotta let me go. I know that you like them, bro, so tell me so. Tell me what you really know. Tell me what you really know. This execution is top notch. Just tell me why I'm a witness. Can you hear my cries? I'm tired of your black lies. I really wanna know what's on your mind. Really wanna know Such great execution. Ooh, that was good. I want some harmonies there. And then we're just going to kind of let it do its thing. That was phenomenal. Fantastic. I loved it. This is just a feel-good track. I realize the content is not so much like happy-go-lucky, but the way that these strings are just plucking at us, bump, 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 bump. It's very triumphant, even though the content is not necessarily triumphant, which is something that great music often does. A sad song with a really upbeat, happy rhythm, or a really happy, or rather a really sad rhythm that's all about something beautiful. The first thing, obviously, that I mentioned was the strings, and I would love to see, I don't know, halfway through the track maybe, I would love to see those strings evolve and kind of move in the mix. You have that really great pluck in the middle, but I really want to hear maybe if you pop an octave to layer in for some thickness or add a harmony or a counter melody, or maybe even at some point when everything cuts out and it's just the R&B singing style, maybe one of the violins or whatever's playing could follow the melody of the lyrics rather than the background pluck. Otherwise, I loved everything I was hearing. That long decay reverb on some of those emphasis notes and lyrics was excellent and a ton of fun to listen to. It was great ear candy. It always kept me listening. Love the ad-libs. Love the song. Super cool. Thank you so much for sharing it. So you guys make sure you head over to BandLab and follow D_Rel, R-E-L, at BandLab, as well as anyone. Wow, Rhythm Nation has 53 members, it looks like. But it looks like this has a D-Rel and Zloso, Z-Loso, Z-L-O-S-O. And I love here that one of the hashtags is 90s, because this absolutely gave me some excellent 90s vibes. We're going to go ahead and make sure we like the track, which you should all do. And I'm going to put my coffee down, even though this early in the morning, that's a sin. And I'm going to leave my comment. These strings are giving me life. I also really dig the long decay, super wet, reverb, background on some of those emphasis words. The cadence was also killer. Check it out on BandLab Plus Coffee. Boom. There we go. Enjoying content from D-Rel? Consider tipping them. Okay, if you guys don't know about this, this is an awesome feature from BandLab, which you can't see because my video is in the way. So I'm going to scooch it just for a second here, if I can get it to do so the way that I want it to. I can't, darn. But there's a feature on BandLab where if you are enjoying someone's music, you can actually tip them if they have their tips set up. So if I come over here to D-Rel's profile and I go to tips, I can jump in here and I can go, you know what? I want to buy you a cup of coffee. So boom. Now I'm not going to do that right now while I'm on stream, but the moment I get off the stream, I am definitely buying D-Rel a cup of coffee for that awesome track. So thank you guys again for watching. Please keep supporting awesome BandLab artists. Don't forget you can tip them. Make sure you go follow D-Rel, Zloso, and DJTatious wherever you consume your social media. Have a great day, guys. And then I thought to myself, it's a new day. And today is the day I'm going to use that cool new YouTube trick I learned to stack guitars and create a completely unique sound on my track. This isn't what it sounded like when he did it. Coming soon to all platforms? All right, so thanks for joining me with mixing today. I think what we're going to do is we're going to work on the verse for the project that Grandma and I are working on called Glorious. First of all, we're going to punch it in, but what we need for that is I'm not the strongest singer, so I need a couple of things to just kind of help me give a decent performance. And the first thing that we start with is Waves tune. Once we know the key of the song, which this particular one is an E major and I'm a tenor, we can set it up so that Waves tune catches most of those kind of nasty notes that I'm probably going to hit. It happens to the best of us. And then we're going to bring up CLA vocals, and we're going to start with the preset. Let's do Start Me Up. That's going to give us some slap delay, a little bit of tight reverb. It's giving us a little bit of compression. I'm going to crank it face to face, yo. Bring up some top end, bring up just a little bit of low end. The stereo field is just fine. And now we will take our first crack at the verse. Every time. All right. Every time. Every time I close my eyes, it's you I find, and I'm reminded of why I'm finding that I can't sleep, I can't eat, I can't think, I can't breathe. I'm not a stranger to heartbreak, but this time you're turning all of my walls into butterflies. In my wildest dreams, I never thought I'd find you, never find you, so show me how love lies. All right, let's see if that even worked because of the latency of recording and adding vocals. Let's see if we have to move it. Every time I close my eyes, it's you I find, and I'm reminded of why I'm finding that I can't sleep, I can't eat. There we go. I can't think, I can't breathe. I'm not a stranger to heartbreak, but this time you're turning all of my walls into butterflies. In my wildest dreams, I never thought I'd find you, never find you, so show me how love lights away. Okay, that was fine. Let's go to the I'm not a stranger part. Is that here? Looks like it. I'm not a stranger to... Okay. We're going to turn down the mic just a little bit so that I can go a little bit harder on it. And of course, sing in whatever position is comfortable for you. I really like to sit down while I sing. Sorry, not sorry. Let's try that again. I'm not a stranger to heartbreak, but this time you're turning all of my walls into butterflies. In my wildest dreams, I never thought I'd find you, never find you, so show me how love. There we go. So that's a better take. It felt better, so let's find out. I'm not a stranger to heartbreak, but this time you're turning all of my walls. Right, it is going to be off kilter. We're behind the beat because of latency. I'm not a stranger to heartbreak, but this time you're turning all of my walls into butterflies. In my wildest dreams, I never thought I'd find you,
so.
There we go. Okay, so now we've got it all lined up. The thing with this right here is that it doesn't sound like it's part of the song at all right now, which is okay. That's where plugins come in. We just needed a bass line to give us something to do. So we're going to put that on loop, which I know sounds ridiculous, but honestly, a lot of recording vocals is putting things on loop and listening to them over and over, which is never fun. Let's see if we can do some EQ to adjust that to the rest of the song.
I'm not a stranger to heartbreak, but this time you're turning all of my walls into butterflies. In my wildest dreams, I never thought I'd find you, never find you. So show me how. I'm not a stranger to heartbreak, but this time you're turning all of my walls into butterflies. In my wildest dreams, I never thought I'd find you, never find you. So show me how. I'm not a stranger to heartbreak, but this time you're turning all of my walls into butterflies. In my wildest dreams, I never thought I'd find you, never find you. So show me how. I'm not a stranger to heartbreak, but this time you're turning all of my walls into butterflies. In my wildest dreams, I never thought I'd find you, never find you. So show me how. I'm not a stranger to heartbreak, but this time you're turning all of my walls into butterflies. In my wildest dreams, I never thought I'd find you, never find you. So show me how. I'm not a stranger to heartbreak, but this time you're turning all of my walls into butterflies. In my wildest dreams, I never thought I'd find you, never find you. So show me how. I'm not a stranger to heartbreak, but this time you're turning all of my walls into butterflies. In my wildest dreams, I never thought I'd find you, never find you. So show me how. I'm not a stranger to heartbreak, but this time you're turning all of my walls into butterflies. In my wildest dreams, I never thought I'd find you, never find you. So show me how. I'm not a stranger to heartbreak, but this time you're turning all of my walls into butterflies. In my wildest dreams, I never thought I'd find you, never find you. So show me how. I'm not a stranger to heartbreak, but this time you're turning all of my walls into butterflies. In my wildest dreams, I never thought I'd find you, never find you. So show me how. I'm not a stranger to heartbreak, but this time you're turning all of my walls into butterflies. In my wildest dreams, I never thought I'd find you, never find you. So show me how love fades away.
All right.
Show me how love fades away. In my wildest dreams, I never thought I'd find you, never find you. So show me how love fades away. I'm not a stranger to heartbreak, but this time you're turning all of my walls into butterflies. In my wildest dreams, I never thought.
Okay, so I mean, that's not terrible. The levels on it sounded pretty good. We got it sounding like a pop vocal, so super compressed, airy. The only thing that I'm gonna go in here do that is different than what's already been done is I am going to melodyne it, which is a manual tuning process that I showed y'all in another video up here, where I can take each individual note and I can say, I want this note to sound like this.
Be how love.
See how part of my note hits down here? I can just adjust this.
Show me how love lights the way. Show me how love lights the way.
So that is something that you can do
Show me how love lights the way.
with a tool like Melodyne at your disposal. Every note is subject to change. Every note is able to be made what you desire it to be. A really powerful tool. Anyway, thanks for recording a verse with me. I'll do more work on this and you'll see the finished product. Thanks, y'all.
Don't cry, I'm on my way. I'll never stop chasing the sun till I find that place, leading me to your arms, into your heart. I fell so hard and tripped over all my words. It's where all of my favorite bruises occur. They're proof of the hard work.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to BandLab Plus Coffee. It's time to wake up, wind up, and cue up another excellent BandLab track. Today, we've got Flatline from Full Metal Yandere? Yandere? You know, we're just going to let it ride with Full Metal Yandere, and they can correct us later. So, without further ado, to the lab!
Time to wake up, wind up, and cue up with another excellent BandLab track.
Over here on the lab, we've got Flatline by Z. Period. At Full Metal Yandere. At FULLMETALYANDERE_ out of Seattle, Washington, reppin' 472 followers. I don't see lyrics here, but I do see that this song is for me. See what I did there? And that we want it to get trending. So, with 62 plays currently, 14 likes, soon to be one of our own, I'm sure. Let's take a listen. So it sounds like we're sampling a Paramore beat. Is it Decode? I hear you in there, Z. Never again.
Girl, I don't hope you leave my side again. Be my ride or die, 'cause that's where it's gonna end.
Be my ride or die.
Things that you make me wanna do, but I can't help but love you. Whoa, whoa. Feel like my heart might flatline when I'm around you. I can't seem to change your point of view. At least you don't lie like the other girls do. Yeah, girl, I appreciate everything you do.
I appreciate everything you do. Not much to say about the beat. I mean, the beat is solid. It's a Paramore sample with some sounds like electric behind it. But I'm really digging this auto-tune approach. My heart went flatline when I'm around you. Nice. What a great vibe. Flatline from Z with that Paramore Decode sample and then his song over it that really and truly seems to be about just finding that person that you are all in for. It doesn't matter if you look bullish. It doesn't matter how you're treated. You are just all in. And that is a really interesting concept because we see that a lot in music, this idea of whether it's healthy or not, a relationship where it doesn't matter what's going on with the other party, you're kind of all in. And what's interesting about that is then we get this idea of relationships, this romanticized ride or die idea of relationships where it's like, you know, I don't care what you do. I'll love you endlessly forever. And it really kind of plays into feelings over facts when it comes to this kind of stuff, which is what music is all about, right? Feeling. So I really enjoy the vibe that we're going for in the track, and I really enjoyed the ambience of it. So the track itself, a sample, solid track, but the lyrics and the way that Z has put this together is a really vibey song. So let's go ahead and get to 2 things I love and 1 thing I want more of. Now, the first thing I love about this song is kind of how we mellow through the whole thing. If you take a listen, I didn't talk very much during the song because I was just kind of vibing. You take a listen, we start out with a beat, and then as Z comes in, we get a little bit of him right here. Really great auto-tune, really great tone, and the way that it sits in the mix makes it more of an ambience and less of an upfront track that we should be not so much paying attention to, but that we should be focusing on. It kind of lets the beat do some of that focus work while we just get to kind of vibe on the idea. So if we keep listening, it never kind of comes out of that background vibe.
Girl, I don't hope you leave my side again. Be my ride or die, 'cause that's where it's gonna end. Not against the chains that you make me want. Whoa, feel like my heart might flatline when I'm around you. I can't seem to change your point. So girl, what do you wanna do?
So for the entire song, that's where we live. We live in this sort of verby, delay-heavy background of this really great decode sample. And I think it's a great idea. If you have an idea or a vibe that you're going for, and you can lock it in, but it maybe comes across more as an ambience than it does as a verse, I'm totally cool with that. And I'm not even sure if that makes sense when I say it, but when you hear it, you kind of understand, oh, in a song, I should listen to this as a verse. Like, for instance, Eminem, his verses don't sit ambient in the background of his tracks. It's up front. You need to listen to what he's saying. He is the focus. Z here has decided that while he has something to say, he doesn't need to be the focus. He needs the vibe to be the focus. So the vocal is pulled back further, which allows the beat to come forward more, and they kind of meld together in that way. That's the first thing I love, is that this is a vibe, first and foremost. The second thing I love is how we interject little pieces of classic, I guess now classic, but of really recognizable hip-hop elements that are modern. So we have old school hip-hop, and then we have a 90s style of hip-hop, and then that changed drastically in the 2000s. And then we went lyrical for a while. And by lyrical, I don't necessarily mean that old school boom bap or that 90s style, but I mean lyrical in a sense that everyone was really focused in on what they were saying. And then we moved from lyrical into that battle between lyrical and mumble rapping. But we then kind of moved from mumble rapping into this alternative hip hop that was sort of mumble rapping, but in reality, I would call it more vibe hip hop. And that's what this is. It takes all the best elements of autotune, the T-Pain style, and it combines them with all the best elements of ambient style. So that's where you get some of these really great ambient tracks that kind of mesh together. But in that style, you need a way to differentiate parts and create some dynamics. Z's done that a little bit here. If we listen, you'll hear his normal cadence and his normal rhythm, but then he's going to throw in some filters to keep it fresh, and he's going to change up the wording to draw things out, or maybe not draw them out so much. That is where he's doing his dynamic shifts, and that's one of the things I love. Lots of words, filters. Bringing that delay way forward. Bring it back up. And fewer words. So, girl, what do you wanna do? So we have wordy parts, we have filtered parts, we have delay heavy or really wet vocal parts, and then we have those parts where the words are drawn out for ambience. That is the second thing I love. If there's one thing I want more of, I think I just want a little bit more separation between the elements in the track. That can be really hard. For instance, if this is a baked-in track with this decode sample, it can be tough to make your vocal sit. I did a video about this recently where you can take your 2-track on BandLab and you can kind of carve out space for your vocal. You should go check that out if you haven't seen it. In fact, I may just add it to the end of this video. But I think that's the one thing that I'd really want to see here is I'd want to see more separation between the elements in the track. Is it a vibe? Yes. Is it ambient? Yes. Does that mean that we have to lose it all to the wash? No. We can definitely still separate everything and keep it vibey and keep it ambient. Other than that, excellent track. Flatline by Z, the Full Metal Yandere _ up in Seattle, Washington. Stay warm. It is cold for y'all this week. And everyone should jump on over to BandLab and follow them. Give them our like there. You know what? And while you're over there, don't forget, you should also follow DJTatious on YouTube, BandLab, or wherever you choose to consume your social media. In the meantime, thanks for waking up, winding up, and queuing up another excellent BandLab track with me, grabbing your coffee, heading to the lab, and we will see you next time.
Okay, this is pretty awesome. Just got this bad boy in the mail. It's time to wake up, wind up, and queue up with another excellent track. To the lab! I mean, come on! How cool is that? This will be my new favorite BandLab Plus coffee mug. Huge shout out to Not So Cheyenne for the design and the art that went straight to this mug.
It's time to wake up, wind up, and queue up with another excellent track. To the left!
Let the music unlock your heart. It's time to collaborate. You're part of the family.
It's time to wake up, wind up, and queue up with another excellent BandLab track.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to BandLab Plus Coffee. Today we're checking out Transparency, a track produced by Yoda G, but we're looking at Burnett Smith's music's add-ons. The team together creates an unstoppable duo for a smooth R&B production. It's at Burnett Smith Music, which is BURNETTSMITH MUSIC, repping 4.35 thousand followers, 108 likes, soon to be one of our own, 483 plays already, and guess what? It's forkable. Let's take a listen. Oh, okay. That Michael Jackson. So smooth.
She said, it's so hard to read.
that distinction between the really heavy bass and the acoustic drums. The dynamic between those two things is excellent. Where are my lyrics, y'all? Some of that bow chicka wow wow. That's like butter. As someone, nice layering. As someone who enjoys auto-tune pop and primarily produces that, this style of music is like, I wouldn't say a pipe dream, but I just don't do this smoothness. And I am jealous. A little jelly. So jelly. Let's jam. That was a good delay. Good delay. Create space. I want to be see-through. Transparency when you look at me. It's kind of naughty, but also kind of classy. I always suggest you put a ring on it first. That background pad. Unmistakable vocal. Those chords that we're hearing in the background are a really good melody for the rest of the track. And we're going to fade it. Yoda G does that a lot. Yoda G will do that a lot, where he fades his tracks out, which is really great for this R&B style because it allows versatility of the artist, whomever adds to the track or forks the track, doing whatever they want to do because they have a nice clean fade out. Whereas a lot of tracks, for instance, my own, I like to do a hard stop or something that goes along with the music. The chorus will be big and loud and boom, and the song's over. But with this fade out, you have the ability as an artist or as a lyricist or a songwriter, whatever you choose to add to the track, you have this ability to kind of ease out of the track, and it gives you a couple of different options. You can let the track do its thing. You can take the vocal all the way to the end. Really great track, really excellent. So let's jump into two things I love and one thing I want more of. Look, the first thing I love about this track is the vocal over the track itself. So let's take a listen to the track and let's focus on that. We're going to hear this awesome vocal from Burnett Smith Music, but let's focus on the track for just a moment. Those chords in the background are really simple melody. Dum, 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 dum,
Transparency when you look at me. You know I can teach you everything.
And we talked about it a little bit previously, but let's break this down into pieces and let's simplify it. Now, the great thing about Yoda G is he takes something complex and makes it sound simple, but what we're going to do just for our listening ears and to build that skill, we are going to break this down into its simplest elements. In here, I hear a pad, which gives us a soundscape, a kind of bed of sound and some ambience to work with. It creates a tone. I hear acoustic style percussion in the way that it's been mixed, maybe crushed a little bit to create this sound. I'm not sure if there's a low pass filter on that, but I'm definitely getting that acoustic style percussion. So pad, drums,
But then we have our bass, which is coming through nice and strong, which gives us this great dynamic between acoustic style percussion, real ambient pad, and then like hard hitting bass. And on top of all of that, we have our chords or our melody, and that sounds like it's a keyboard of some kind, which is that dum 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 dum, and it's got enough variation in there that it's not boring, but it doesn't have so much variation that you can't create your own masterpiece on top of it. This is really well executed. And when we break it down to its most basic elements, we find that it sounds like a band, right? There are only 4 or 5 main things going on. Drums, bass, keys in this case, and the keys would be doubling as the pad, right? So keyboardists would be playing the pad. But if you wanted to break that down to a pad, 4 things happening, like live music. So you could take this and it would translate really well to a live show. Or it translates really well to a forkable project where you can add your own thing. That's the first thing I love. Even though it's complex, it can be broken down into these elements that secretly make it really great for a forking material. Now, when we take that and we amp it up to the next level, that's the second thing I love. Burnett Smith music and his lyrics that he adds to this. Let's just listen to it for a minute. We're going to hear some density of lyrics, and then there's a part where we leave a lot of space, and I really, really love that.
Know what you're looking for. I wanna be see-through. Transparency when you look at me. You know I can teach you. Teach you everything. Are you hearing me? Truth. 9/11, baby, he don't got no rules.
You're hearing these da 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 da. Da 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 da, right? These wordy statements, and then he's going to contrast that really well coming up.
Ooh, put you on the moon. Take you places like Tulum and Cancun. Told her finesse like you at Paris.
Ooh, some
Hit it
horns.
once and I take you straight out to Paris. Yeah, I wanted her. Oh, and you
Hear
want
all these lyrics, all these lyrics.
It's so hard to reach. Reach it, baby. Don't know what you really look.
Real big lyrically, lots of layers. And then we're going to get
Tell me I'm the one
sparse.
you're looking for. I wanna be see-through. Transparency when you look at me. You know I can teach you, babe. Teach you everything. Are you hearing me? It's so hard to reach. Don't know what you're really looking for. Tell me if you need to. Tell me.
You can hear that sparseness, that using those vocals sparingly, you'll get a phrase, but it's a huge dynamic from those vocal stacks that we were hearing over here. It's like, whoa, 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 yeah, transparency, boom. Just a ton of stuff going on. Lots of ad-libs, lots of vocals happening, and then we move back over to the one phrase, give it some space. So we go from a phrase with space to lots of layered vocals with lots happening ad-lib-wise, and then we move back to a phrase with space. This dynamic creates a lot for the listener to listen to and to wrap their mind around, and takes a forkable piece with a simple yet complex instrumental, adds a dynamic layer of vocals on top of that from Burnett Smith music, and you have this full production of these two things that have been married together that sound like they absolutely were made for each other. They just are. And that's what happens when you take a professional and bring them together in this particular genre. Phenomenal. If there's one thing that I want more of in this track, it's harmonies. I hear Burnett Smith music doing his thing, and I absolutely enjoy it.
Take you places like Tulum and Cancun. Told her finesse like you at Paris. Hit it once and I take you straight out to Paris. Yeah, I wanted her.
I would love, especially on stuff like I Want It All or those flourishes, I'll take you out to Cancun. I would love to hear 3-part, 5-part harmonies, just something, especially when those horns come in, it creates this perfect atmosphere for harmonies and vocal layers. that are in sync with each other rather than simply just ad-libs throughout. Although the ad-libs are top-notch and spot on, if there's one thing I want more of in this performance specifically, it is some harmony layers to really flesh out the elements that I'm supposed to focus on in the track. That is the one thing I want more of. It's small. It doesn't change anything about the song. It simply adds to it and gives it another level of complexity. And the fact that this is forkable means anyone can jump on and add those harmonies. So maybe that's your job, person watching this right now, lab coat. Maybe not. I'll leave that up to you. Either way, everyone should jump on over to BandLab and not only follow Yoda G, but follow Burnett Smith Music. You will not be sorry. It's going to be a good decision on your part because everything they put out is quality, and you'll see all the artists that they collaborate with because collaboration is key, and it may even give you some tips and insights into producing your own music in ways that you can level up your tracks. Now, with that being said, and after you go follow those people, don't forget, you should also follow DJTatious on YouTube, BandLab, or wherever you choose to consume your social media. Every Monday at 8 a.m., you've got BandLab plus coffee right here. So thanks, as always, for waking up, winding up, and queuing up another excellent BandLab track with me. And we'll see you next time.
So I was thinking, our lives, your life, my life, they make a melody, whether we want to or not, whether we mean to or not. Our lives are creating music every day. And the question becomes, is your melody the noise that people are trying to drown out? The hatred, the anger that they're running away from? Or is your melody the sweet enveloping sound that they're running to in their times of need? It's up to you. Be kind, my friends.
Let the music unlock your heart. It's time to collaborate. You're part of the family.
It's time to wake up, wind up, and queue up with another excellent BandLab track.